Welcome home, Rep Pack, to another late night unboxing with Marcus here. Welcome to Comfort Cartoons, the show where I collect absolutely everything from the late 90s, 2000s, all the way to the modern day. Ryan, let's hit him with a throwback. And I'm also trying to create the world's biggest SpongeBob and Nickelodeon collection. But not just that, I hope you beautiful people are having an amazing day. And if you guys aren't, you know the drill. That's all, folks. Camera flip.
All you have to do is chew a carrot and say, "What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?"
Now I got you screwy rabbit.
Today, or should I say tonight, it's already the morning technically. This morning is gonna be fantastic. We have a big box here with the biggest label I've ever seen in my life. That is such a big label. This is coming from another fellow cartoon collector that goes by the name Always Looney. You can tell by his username that he collects precious moments. Yeah, you know these things that you see at the antique markets, you see at garage sales from time to time. Yeah, he collects those. It's in the name. He collects Looney Tunes, okay? Which I love so much. You know, me and him aren't too far off. There was a small period in time where Looney Tunes did air on Nickelodeon.
Find out when you visit Count Duckula every weekend, only on Nickelodeon.
He and I worked out a trade. I have been loading up a bunch of Looney Tunes stuff I've been finding at the flea market, at my storage halls, thrift stores, and putting it in a box for him for quite a few months. But I recently sent that out and he sent me a box back. All I know that I'm getting in here, near close to complete run of the Ren and Stimpy comic books. Something I have been wanting to complete for a long time, but has been quite a daunting task. So as soon as he said that he had those, I was like, let's start working on the box. Let's make a trade happen. But who knows what else is in here, because this looks like it's a whole lot bigger than comic books. Let's take a look. I already see some sponge, which is crazy. I didn't expect that at all. Oh my gosh. There's actually a few things in here that look really interesting. Oh yeah, so there we have, whoo-wee, what a stack of comics here. This one looks like it's signed. This is actually like, wait, there's actually some stuff in here that's not Ren and Stimpy. We have a couple other comic books as well too. Looks like X-Men here, Uncanny Humans, Night of the X, yeah, different X-Men variant comics. And they're signed too, dude, by Scotty Young too. Scotty Young is a very, very well-known artist in the comic book industry. That is so cool. So he just kind of threw those in as bonuses. He threw a lot of stuff in here as bonuses that I had no clue. But here are the Ren and Stimpy comics. My goodness. Some of these are in amazing shape too. I had no clue what the shape was gonna look like, but here we have it. So for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Ren and Stimpy, as we start swaying, like I said, we're gonna have a couple of videos that kind of segue us into next year. Next year, we're definitely be focusing on a lot of other Nicktoons outside of SpongeBob. So let's just go ahead and do a little brief history on Ren and Stimpy. For those of you guys who don't know, Ren and Stimpy was one of the first shows on Nickelodeon. There was 3 shows that started it all, and that was Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy. And Ren and Stimpy, I would say, is probably one of the most inspirational of all 3 of those shows for so many animators, and you can see traces of the work that was done in Ren and Stimpy transcend into cartoons even today. I mean, debatably, I would say they popularized and invented the gross-up, which is something they use even in SpongeBob today, and also one of the lead animators on that show is also one of the lead animating directors on SpongeBob. So one could say we would not be where we are today without Ren and Stimpy. But let's go ahead and see where this comic book series starts. So we have a few different issues in here. So there is 1 through 37. I think there is 44 in the complete Ren and Stimpy Marvel set. So we're only missing, 7. We're missing 7. And they said cartoons would rot my brain. Here's a picture of my brain. Looking pretty good, ain't it? Yeah. So we have these 2 issues, which I don't know. Like, I'm not familiar on the Ren and Stimpy comic book history. I am going to be, oh man, some of these, like, it looks like they've never even been open. I am going to be reading all of them though. These are staying in my personal collection. I think the artwork on them is incredible. We have 2 issues right here. We have one, which is Ren and Stimpy Show, The History of Sports. We have the Ren and Stimpy Show Special 4 Squirks, which looks super awesome. It's like a comic book style one. And I'm assuming these are like ones that were before the series had begun, because this is probably the most iconic comic of them all, and that is the first one. I have a couple copies of this in my collection. I think this had to have been the most produced of any of the comic books. It comes in a sleeve protector. It also has like a scratch and sniff thing, I'm pretty sure, inside of it, so you could smell things that are going on in the show. And that is as 90s as it gets. I mean, this is a different time that we lived in, so the gross kind of obscure, outlandish humor that Ren and Stimpy was kind of what set Nickelodeon apart from the Disneys and the Hanna-Barberas of its time. That was what kids wanted to see because we were messed up. So it's so cool they added that aspect into the comic book series. Next up, we have another issue of #1 here. It's America's favorite breakfast hero, and it has Powdered Toast Man here. So I cannot wait to read all these. I think I might try to collect the whole series first, and maybe at some point I'll have to do like a review on like the entire series. I don't know if it has any continuation to it or if it's just a new comic, new story, but nonetheless, we are going to check them out. So you guys are going to see them on screen here. We have issue #2, very Ren and Stimpy meets Frankenstein style here, and you can see on the bottom there has, by penalty of the law, do not remove this tag, which is very, you know, that classic cartoon trope of like the tag that you can't remove on your mattress, which like I feel like I've never had a mattress that had that on it or it came pre-ripped. Next up, we have issue #2, the Ren and Stimpy Show special, Summer Jobs, where the two of them get summer jobs. Issue #3, another issue where it looks like they're a part of like the Russian army. Or maybe the American one. Wait, no. It's just Fidel who and Saddam what? I told you, Ren and Stimpy, of any Nickelodeon show, they were the ones pushing it. It was off the edge. It was unhinged and it fell to the ground, and Nickelodeon tried to keep it from saturating into everything else. So yes, this is just a good idea of what it was looking like. I love it though. It's like the Batman or like the uncanny anti-hero of any good superhero team that's needed. So like Ren and Stimpy is definitely that. We have Ren and Stimpy Show Crash Dummies #4. Issue #5, a beautiful cover. Issue #6, where Ren and Stimpy meet Spider-Man. So we can say that a Nickelodeon character has met Spider-Man. Issue 7, Issue 8, things get into war. Issue 9, Issue 10, Issue 11. All of the artwork on these are just unbelievable. This series and the SpongeBob comics are ones that I want to complete. The Rocko's Modern Life one, there was a surprising lot of Nickelodeon cartoons that got comic book series. Issue #12, issue #13, issue #14, issue #15. If you only read one Demented holiday special, this is the one. And stuff like this kind of reminds you is like how kind of Ren and Stimpy really did set the trend of like what kids were really looking for, not this cookie cutter animation style that they, you know, their parents grew up with. And you can even see that inspiration kind of transcend into like Cartoon Network, you know, originally them only airing Hanna-Barbera shows and some other lighter shows at the beginning, and then we started getting things like Herb Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Flapjack, where they kind of took the gross ups, the this far from being not child friendly direction that Nickelodeon kind of had already kind of set the precedent with Ren and Stimpy. We have issue #16, issue #17, issue 18, issue 19, that had to be an easy cover to finish. Special minimalist issue. Issue #20, issue #21, issue #22, issue #23, issue #24, issue 25, 26. It looks like we're missing 27 and 28 as well too, so that means we're missing 9, 29, 30, 31's missing, so we're missing 10, 32. And he told me that it was not complete. He just said it was close to complete. 33, issue 35, so we're missing 34. So we're at 11 we're missing now. This was, I love the shot of them getting out of jail there, like the Alcatraz breakout, and Ren's face is ridiculous. 36, and finally 37, Alien Abduct. The Ren and Stimpy Show. So that is 37. Quite a nice stack there. It would have taken quite some time for me to acquire all of these books individually. So being able to get this close to it, only needing 11 issues now, is so freaking clutch. It's hard to even find these guys. Yes, I said flea market, at thrift stores, I see comic books, but you go through a million, like, you know, 90s X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, you know, all these other, you know, freaking Image comic stuff. The odds of you finding the Nickelodeon Nickelodeon stuff is so few and far between that you just kind of are like, okay, I could spend that time looking for other stuff. So I'll probably pick up the remaining issues online before I read the entire series. But fantastic stack here and a huge archive of some amazing media to add to the collection. And then, like I said, he also threw in those bonuses as well too. Okay, but that was just the comic books. I tried not to spend too much time, but I did want to share with you guys the history of it, the comics, the different artwork on the comics, and just kind of give you an idea of some of the variety that I'm looking into adding. So next up here we have two kids ponchos. We have a Garfield poncho and another Garfield poncho, but they are so cool, and these look like they are 1999. These are over almost 30 years old, coming on soon here. Fit ages 4 and up. I'm ages 4 and up. I might be able to rock one of these guys. Might get my middle of my arm wet, but you know, it'll cover up around here at least. Those are so cool though. We have a bag of SpongeBob streamers. So these are all just bonus items. There's only 2 other items in here that I was expecting, so everything else is bonus. So we have a little thing of SpongeBob streamers. Miss Francis, you cannot throw a good old-fashioned hoedown without streamers. You gotta have streamers. Next up here we have some, looks like they got crushed a little bit, but it's all good. We have some Space Jam Band-Aids. Ooh, these are really sweet because a lot of them have this packaging. I actually have some other napkins and stuff like that that have the same packaging. These are some of the Rugrats like different party accessories. They didn't have their own individual packaging like you see with like the Fairly OddParents one, Jimmy, SpongeBob. They kind of just were in the general design wear packaging here. You can see some of the party blowers. I forget what those things are called. Mandalorian. What the frick does that say? What is that word? Medallion. Oh, didn't Timmy have a medallion?
I wish you guys were cool hip-hop medallions.
That's the only place I've heard that word. Oh yeah, and then also Yu-Gi-Oh! Medallion blowouts. So it's got like a little necklace you can wear, and it's also a blowout. I haven't experienced a good old blowout since, I don't know, maybe the last time I had Taco Bell. Next up, we got Mr. Suit and Tie. We got the SpongeBob tie here. Now that is the type of tie that would make me consider actually getting an office job. And then we have this one here, which is karate tie there. Now this is what I spotted that really is amazing. This is a Donnie plush. Look at this. That is so perfect. I know he looks ugly, but you have to remember, Donnie is ugly. And he's also voiced by, I think, the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers, or is it the bass? I don't know. He's in the band. But it is a vintage one, a vintage Namco Wild Thornberries plushie. This thing is crispy to the tag. His hair is clean. He's never been dried or like anything like that to damage his hair. He is in a really clean condition. It's actually incredible how clean he is. Like there's no marks or anything. This seems like almost like it was in a plastic bag all these years. This is an amazing, amazing piece. And now we can finally have Donnie as a special guest back here. I think he would be perfect as a special guest. He will definitely be returning in our special guest chair. We have a towel here, what is this? Huh. This is a vintage SpongeBob towel, but I have not seen this one before. Are you ready? Some bubbles. I feel like this can't be like, this has to be like yellow label, I feel like. What do you guys think? This yellow label or green label? I feel like it's gotta be yellow label, but very, very cool. With the tag still on it, we have the SpongeBob ornament here with his good list or his naughty list. I'm not sure. There's several variants of this particular ornament. There's one where like Plankton is crossed off. There's one where like Pearl and like there's only like 3 people on it. And then there's this version where like everybody's good and everybody's on it. So this is like the 3rd variation on this ornament. I don't know why I'm still standing, but we're still gonna stand. We got these cat dog ornaments. That's you! That's you in there! Oh, unfortunately it looked like this broke, but that's bad. I could probably fix this though. There was a shiny Darkrai, like little figurine. I think that came with like a Pokemon card set back in the day, like maybe like 2018. That is so cool though. I mean, all it's gonna take is a little bit of glue. I think I got this for sure. That is so sick. And it's shiny. We have some, man, that's something I have not thought about in a long time. It's a movie I have to rewatch because I have not seen in a long time. And a lot of people in the nostalgia fandom, the nostalgia nostalgia sphere are really into this movie, and that is Small Soldiers. I always hear people talking about this series. It's been referenced to me like way more times than like I would have thought it ever was, and I can't remember a single scene from this movie, but I remember watching it as a kid, like at least once or twice. Ooh, baby, whenever I can get some vintage shirts, that is always a win. Is this, wow, this is legitimately a vintage Nickelodeon shirt. It has the Splat logo on there. So this is at least before like 2012, I would say. It's not single stitch, so I would say probably not 90s, but definitely older, like an older shirt. I would say probably like the resurgence era of like Nickelodeon, where they tried to come back with like Nicktoons super hard around like 2011, but the world just really wasn't ready for it yet. So it kind of flopped, but then now they did it again. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have FYE, we're gonna have an FYE box lunch, and people are gonna have U-channels, and like, you know, it kind of had a little bit more, you know, they're just really just me. Not really a whole lot of people in this particular sphere. We made this brick by brick, baby. It's kind of cool. We're like we are the Nickelodeon collecting community, the only. But the Angry Beaver shirt, I am, like I said, every single time I get to add a vintage shirt for Nickelodeon, it is a huge win to me because it is so hard to find this stuff nowadays. You know, you can get lucked out with a lot of other types of stuff, but shirts, clothing has been picked through so many times. It's few and far between you can ever find anything nice like this. So thank you so much, Looney. I really appreciate that, man. This is so like random, but awesome. This is a Wonder Pet Save the Day, like flower, I don't know, I guess it's a flower waterer. What do you call this again? Why do I feel like it has a proper name, but I just can't remember what it's called. Is it called a spigot? No, it's not called a spigot. Spigot sounds insulting. What is the name for this? Ah! Okay, Karen, what is the bucket that you water or flowers with called? It's called a rosette. There you go, a rosette. That is so cool though. 2010. Oh, we have some books in here, some DVDs. Heck yeah, let's just get all this media out and we'll take a look at this all at once. Oh, and there is something massive in here. I can't wait for you guys to see. Wow, that is so cool. Eventually, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to keep reacting to it over here, and then eventually I'll bring it to the camera. I'm not trying to do that, okay? This is like some kind of, I don't know what this is, but the artwork on that is fantastic. You got Reptar here holding a real life, like ice cream shake. It's a party game. So I guess you put like some kind of dessert by this, like this party thing here, and you spin the top, this little thing on the back here, and that lets you know like how far forward you move, like steps wise or spaces, and then whoever gets there first gets the prize or the drink shake. That's my like imagination of what I thought the game would be like, but I just made all that up. I don't know what it really is for, but I think the artwork's awesome. That in itself is like, you know, freaking like wall worthy. There's also this, oh my, I've never seen one of these, a Fairly OddParents pop-up book. And there's actually two other ones too. One that's a press to hear 5 fairly odd answers, and then also a Scary OddParents pop-up book. So we have the Fairly OddParents pop-up book that looks super interesting. Oh, and it's in great shape too. You got Timmy hopping out of his, this is so freaking cute. I love this. And then it has some pull-up cards too. And then it has, look at this! So you can turn Cosmo and Wanda into a poof, and then they turn back, you know, into their full fairy forms. That is so freaking awesome. So it has like cards you can actually adjust too. You can also change the date from the 30th to Halloween Day. Oh man, you do not see a, like, besides SpongeBob, this is my first ever pop-up book. And these are so cool. Like every page you could almost just like hold open as a display piece. This is amazing, man. That was a treat, man. No pun intended, but that was a treat. Not a trick. That was so cool. That's amazing. Like sometimes you could tell like when I'm the most amazed by something when like all the jokes stop. I'm like not even really smiling as much anymore because I'm just so like perplexed. Like that's so cool. Like that's just an amazing piece of media to have. That's, thank you. The next up here, what is this? Rub and Color as seen on TV. So there's multiple of these little coloring books here where you have like a little, your finger or like a pencil with no ink or, you know, just something like a stylus. And you can rub it and the color will eventually come in. You can see he's rubbing it here with a, what is that thing called? No, I can't remember the name of anything today. The doctor said, and then you're like, popsicle stick. There you go, popsicle stick. And he put like 3 of them in here, so I only need 1 of these for my collection. The other 2 will give away over my Whatnot stream. Go check it out, absolutely free. It'll be shipped to your door. I cover the shipping and everything. All you gotta do is be there. Come check it out, and you get $15 for free if you use my link, and you can also enter those giveaways. So check out the link down below. But keep it moving here. We also got the movie Kung Pao on VHS. Which, like, I feel like I remember this movie, but I just can't really remember anything from it. I just remember knowing this existed and seeing the cover a lot as a kid. We have Tasmanian mammals? Tasmanian. There we go. Well, you're not watching this show because, oh, he can read so good. No, I offer other things, like rosettes. We have the Wonder Pets Save the Beatles that are literal beetles. That's amazing. Oh, that is a banger. Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion sealed. I don't have that sealed in the collection. And this I've never seen, but we have Blaze Saves Christmas. It's a bonus. I'll take it. Thank you so much. This little tiny little Chucky flag. I actually have the jumbo size guy of this little tiny flag. We got the Roadrunner Tumbleweed Trouble. Honestly, I love Roadrunner, but the freaking the internet service ruined him for me. Like, he's so cool, but every time I think about him, I think about him as like the meep Roadrunner Online. That's what I always try and play the commercial.
Twice as nice.
Same way I can't think about Pink Panther without thinking about Insulation. You gotta be careful who you give your characters to, because man, that's what I'm gonna see them as always. And you gotta do this for me. Maybe other people don't have that problem. We have some SpongeBob invitations. We have some SpongeBob like vintage style or yellow label coloring kits. Some vintage Rugrats party favor bags. Those are really cool. And then finally, I really like these images of them with like real life objects for some reason. That really gets me, man. We have this picture frame of them all like eating real life foods, and you can like put a picture of you eating a cartoon food. I think that would be pretty cool, pretty funny, huh? Next up, we have regular show. The big, I actually have like, man, like thanks to you guys and like me growing it slightly over off camera too, my regular show collection has gotten pretty that. So it has like regular show stickers in here. It has regular show like postcards in here, and none of it is actually used. So that's really cool for the collecting aspect of it. Again, a lot of times you find this stuff and all the stickers are taken out. They've been drawing all over. This thing is minty fresh. So another new regular show item. I collect every regular show item I find that I don't have. Like, this is just so cool. You guys are seeing some of the pages here as we go through it, but there wasn't a lot of regular show stuff made, so I think it's one of the shows where you could actually have like almost a complete collection of what they did produce. Amazing. And then he also threw this in, which is a Pikachu Funko Pop signed by the voice actress of Pikachu. I forget the first one's name. I think her name is like Veronica Taylor. She's the one that did like, I think Pokemon like Gen 1 and Gen 2. Maybe Gen 3, but then like at some point, Sarah Antonici, or I can't remember her name exactly. Ryan will put her up on screen, but she did the voice pretty much from there, like all the way up until Ash was just not a thing anymore. So she's actually the voice actor that was playing Ash the longest. So really, really cool to have a Pikachu Pop signed by her. I don't have a lot of signed items outside the Nickelodeon room, so that's awesome. But this was actually the item that got the trade started besides the Ren and Stimpy comics, and that is this Scooby-Doo gumball machine. So you can see it says Scooby-Doo Bubblegum Factory here, and I have no clue. I guess it's supposed to probably look like this one in the back here, but I have not really seen it that well. Let's take a look here. It says this is not a toy. Okay, so the top piece is a separate piece, which is good. Ooh, I feel like did he never actually take this out of the box? Yeah, this thing is brand spanking new in here. I'm gonna open this guy up. That's freaking sweet. I don't know where this came from, like the Warner Brothers store maybe? Because this is a nice freaking gumball bank. I've seen some like other Scooby-Doo ones that are like similar to the SpongeBob one where it's just like a little topper on there. So let's just try to get this out of here carefully, because you know I'm so good at that. I don't know why I said that's like sarcastic. I actually am pretty good at that. Yes, okay, so we got the freaking thing out. That was tough. I just didn't want to damage at the same time. And then we have the Scooby little figure that goes on top there. Ooh, the only thing I'm a little worried on is I think you just kind of rest it there. So that's a little bit, you know, could be dangerous there. Let's go ahead and get this lid on there tight. Okay, that's as tight as I can get on there with resources available. So then we put this piece on there. It is on there pretty secure. I mean, it's just can lift it off. I will say, like, it's not gonna fall, you know what I mean? Like, it's earthquake sturdy kind of, but at the same time, like, it does just lift off. So you have to kind of like, you know, have it positioned. I would even say it might be smart to just put a little bit of tack glue in there so that way it doesn't fall off. But what a brilliant piece. You have the Scooby-Doo gumball factory, and you have Scooby-Doo dropping the gumballs in, so it looks like he is literally producing the gumballs right there on top. And this is from 2000. That is just amazing. So like, what an awesome haul. I mean, dare I say, even his end of the trade was even better than my end. So thank you so much, dude. I probably would say that his end of the trade was even better than my end. So thank you so much. I tried my best, but you did fantastic, man. So grateful for everything. There's so many awesome items. I can't even like pick a particular one. Just a fantastic package. Thank you for your support here in the community. He's also a supporter of our Whatnot streams. So thank you so much for everything you do, dude. But if you guys do this video, if you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and if you guys want to support the show further, you can become a Patreon member or a YouTube member for only $2 to $3 a month, and it helps immensely with helping keep this show possible. Big shout out to all of our members and Patreon members that are already a part of our crew. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the ones that make this show possible. Thank you for your support. That never goes unnoticed. We appreciate you guys more than you'll ever even know. But if you'd like to sign up for that, that link is down below. You get access to videos that aren't available anywhere else. On Patreon, you get early release and also extended versions of every single video that I upload here on YouTube. And if you guys want to pick up any items that end up being a duplicate or any of the items that we give away, our Whatnot stream is down below as well too, every Wednesday and Friday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Go ahead and check that out. But before we go anywhere, you know the drill. Rosette. So again, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, Patreon, Whatnot, all that information is down below. I'll see you guys in this video right here that I know you're gonna love. I'll see you guys over there, and as always, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop!